hi everyone. This is Dillon Dilligaf here with my sidekick Isaac Israel, and welcome to podcast number 21 of the Tickle Me Comedy podcast series. We appreciate your patronage. We appreciate you being our audience, and tonight we've got a couple of great comedians. Tonight's show is brought to you by Blue Zone Comedy Tour, as well as Tickle Me Comedy. So sit back for about the next hour, and we're going to have a good time. With that, let me hand it off to Isaac to introduce our guests for tonight. Isaac.
Thanks, Dillon. Okay, so great show tonight. We have our first guest. He just came back from performing for the troops in Iraq and Kuwait. He's a regular host at the Sapphire Comedy Hour, and I've been working with him for several years. He's a great comedian, headliner, and a good friend of mine. He was recently at the drive-in comedy show that we had here in Las Vegas. We have Donnie Johnson here.
Donnie.
Yeah.
Welcome, my friend.
Right on.
And then we have he's been on the World Series of Comedy, and
Sure.
and winner of the roast battle.
Sure.
And he's originally from Austin, Texas, and he's here tonight. Let's give it up for Joe Caliz.
Joe Caliz. How are you?
Joe Caliz.
All right. This is why that's so messed up, guys, because I've worked with Joe a lot, and I usually have his bio memorized. I ask him what he wants me to say, and he's like, say the regular thing, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Then I blank out just before we go on the camera.
Oops. It's this guy's here.
Joe, can you correct the credits that I gave just now?
I think they were all incorrect, but I thank you for trying and for looking at me for validation on your blatant lies as you introduced me.
And you're there going, yeah, sure.
But I'm from Texas, so that's close enough. It's San Antonio.
San Antonio, okay. And then what competition did you win?
None. I've never won. I'm a loser. If this was your way of bringing it up and embarrassing me, then maybe this seems like a very elaborate and cruel joke.
You dressed for the part and everything.
And we did not rehearse it either.
No, I did the World Series of Comedy. I got third place once a long time ago. Nobody cares. So it's yeah. But it sounds good as a credit.
Oh yeah.
No, didn't you in the roast battle, or you did?
Oh yeah, I did the roast battles, but that doesn't count for anything.
Oh, it's like, see, he did win the roast battle.
What is
he
that?
He doesn't want to say it.
What is the roast battle? I'm not familiar with that.
Just they have two people go up and make fun of each other, and then three people who are not qualified to judge it decide who did better.
Right.
Sort of like kind of like what Isaac and I do. That was really bad. You shouldn't do that again, right?
And so that was with what, LA Comedy Club, or which
Yeah.
one? Yeah. Okay. So so I got most of it right.
So that brings me to Donnie. Did he get it right?
Did what? Did
Your
he get
intro.
it? My intro? Yeah, he got it right pretty much.
Okay.
I didn't just get back from Iraq. I went in 2009. Let's get some clarification. Before they start hating or whatever they watching, they start hating like, yo, he wasn't. No. It was 2009, 18 days. But when I go up, I tell them, hey, yo, I just got back, because I just got back until I go again.
Yeah.
Then I just got back again. That's how that works. So you go once, you go. Yeah.
Oh, what other words of great wisdom for us tonight, Isaac?
Oh, I got a ton of
We
them.
started this off pretty well. This is great. So what the heck have you guys been doing during pandemic?
Corn.
like is there a particular site that
Genre?
you watch, or?
For any porn watchers, keywords,
Keywords. Okay.
Categories, keywords. That's it. That's all I'm gonna tell you though. Just coming from a veteran. Keywords. Keywords though, yeah. Keywords, yeah. I'm sure if you type that in, you'll see something. Anything. Keywords though. That's where it is though.
Oh my God.
This is what I've learned.
How about you, Joe? What have you been doing?
I've just been doing manual labor. Thank you. Thank you for ridiculing me. And I'm
Right.
just trying to make an honest living, but yeah, no, you're right. That's
Now you're
ridiculous.
being ridiculed.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, basically, I'm a day laborer, so yeah, I'm a migrant worker. So, yeah,
What kind of labor?
Oh,
manual labor,
Like what?
the
Building-
godless, awful type.
Building houses.
Yeah, fixing
Making
them.
freeways.
Damn.
Yeah, repairing houses.
Cool.
I like to, instead of saying I'm a maintenance man, I like to say I reverse the effects of entropy on mobile housing units.
Oh, cool.
That sounds very fancy.
Right.
But
Yeah, it does.
I fix up trailers, basically, is what I do.
Nice.
Damn.
so Joe, how's married life? I know you got married a couple years ago.
Yeah,
year ago?
it's good. We've just had our 1-year anniversary back in April, which was nice because I was going to take her to Disneyland and spend thousands of dollars, but then everything shut down, and so I got to save all that money instead.
She
Look at
didn't
God.
ask for it. She didn't want the money.
No, she still gets it.
all right.
It's never really mine.
We're not going to Disneyland, but I'll take the cash.
Right.
Yeah, we at least get to invest that money into our house or whatever.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Look at him being responsible.
I know, right?
That's the worst.
I know.
Oh, come on, Donnie. I mean, you've been responsible. I mean, you've done comedy. You've had your regular job. I mean, for how many years?
I mean, I didn't say I wasn't responsible. Wait a minute. Where'd that assumption come from? How did I said he was being responsible. You said it like I said I wasn't being responsible. No, I'm hella responsible. Let's be clear. Yeah, I'm hella responsible. Yeah, I still work. I still have a job. Like during all of this going on, so really my life hasn't really changed that much, honestly, because I mean, I'm an introvert anyway, so I was social distancing in like 2015.
Yeah.
I'm being a social distance
They
type
finally
of
caught
guy.
up to you, right?
Man, I got like 16 people in here, and we all get along. We don't never beef, ain't never no arguments. We all agree.
Yep.
So, man, I don't need no friends. I got my cable,
About porn.
porn. I'm running out of that though. I'm getting to the end of that. I don't know. They got to make some more or something.
So I know so we work together, and you are a great host. Tell us about hosting, what you like about it, what challenges you have, or just tell us about your hosting.
Well, I dig hosting. Hosting is cool. You kind of you set the tempo for the show. I prefer performing over hosting, but I know that if you can host, you can work.
Yeah, you're a great host.
You only can feature so many times. You only can headline so many times. So if you can host, you can always work.
Tell us
So-
about. I love this part. Tell us about hecklers. Tell us a heckler story. Because we all.
Oh well, I mean, I got booed.
Oh.
I got booed off the stage, and I got booed back on the stage. So I know I'm one of the few upright walking mammals that has ever experienced being booed back
Really?
on the stage. Though I know people is big. 3 months into doing comedy, my alma mater, where I went to school, was doing a show. I knew the guy. He asked me if I wanted to perform. He just heard that I was doing comedy. He was like, "You want to perform?" And I was like, "Man, I don't really know. If I'm ready to do this type of stuff." He was like, $3,000. I'm 3 months in. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." You know what I'm saying? For $3,000. I went to Langston University. Shout out Langston University, HBCU, historically black college. When they don't like you, they don't like let you assume it. They don't let you by silence. They tell you that's not funny. They tell you that.
In your face.
I get on the stage and it's going good. I'm hosting a step show, which is a lot of different Greeks are going to come out and perform. So I'm bringing up all the Greek
Fraternities and
yeah,
sororities.
fraternities and
Yeah.
sororities. So right before I get up on the stage, like probably 10 minutes before I get up on the stage, guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, you know they're gonna boo you, right?" I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, they're gonna boo you." Langston University, LU is our call letters. They was like, "You don't think they call this L boo for nothing?" Just 10 minutes before I'm finna get on the stage, and I'm like, "Whoa, I've never been booed. I've been crushing for 3 months. I've never not had a good show." He was like, "You know they're gonna boo you." So now I'm nervous, I'm scared, and I get out there. The first 2 jokes hit, and there was a guy in the front row. Well, he was like in the 3rd row, but he had his body painted. He had like he was a real spirit dude. Like, he'd be at the football games, face painted, and he real animated. And they know him. So he looked at me, and he was like, "That's not funny." And I'm thinking, I've never dealt with a heckler. I'm thinking, okay, well, I got to establish dominance. I need to attack him. This is what I thought. Oops. And I said something about his hair. This guy stood up, and he said, "No, he didn't." He turned around and looked at the whole audience. Everybody just started booing in unison, just booing. I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't even know what to do. I forgot I'm hosting. I still got to bring up acts. And I looked at the DJ, and the DJ was like, "Hey, you got to bring up the next act." I didn't even know how to pronounce their name. I messed their name all up. I bring them on the stage. When I walked off the sorority, they were waiting for them to open the curtains, and the girl was like, "It's going to be all right." And I was like, "No, it's not. Like, no, it's not going to be all right." I totally forgot that I had to go back up. I'm still hosting. I go outside, smoke a cigarette. They come and get me like, yo, you got to come up. You got to, you hosting. Man, I go up there, I stuck my head out. They booed me back on the stage. This is my alma mater. My professors is in the audience booing me. Like, you flunked me and booed me? Like, you. That was traumatizing. I mean, but I got over that, and I turned it into, some material. So, yeah, that's how that
Actually, that's
works.
the first time I've heard that.
That's a good story.
Yeah, I've said it, but I don't really just say it. But now that I see how it went, it's I'm gonna definitely
learning
add that.
experience, though, right?
Yeah, man, no, that wasn't no learning. Man. It hurt, bro. That hurt so bad. I had so many prospects like that were waiting for me like before. Oh, I had prospects. I didn't even have. They were asking me, "What are you doing after the show?" I'm hanging with you after the show. Oh, it was the worst feeling. I still had to stay there for 2 days. I couldn't even go right home. I got paid though.
How about you, Joe? Any good heckler stories?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, no.
You're really hecklers. I mean,
Well,
you don't really actually. I was told that if you be funny, they not gonna heckle you. They don't got time to heckle you. Now, if you go up there unconfident or unsure or you're not funny, they gonna start digging at you.
But there's always somebody in the audience that thinks they're funny.
I mean, they are, but I mean too is how you deal with them though. Like if you try to challenge them to something, now it might get to another level. Yeah. But if they do that, I'll be like, "Man, that was funny. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna use it, and I'm not gonna give you credit." Now what? And now it's all back on him. He feel appreciated. He don't want to meet you in the parking lot or nothing like that. It's, usually when I get a heckler, I handle it in a fashion where when I get off the stage, they usually buy me a drink. Mm-hmm. Like I don't get nobody that's like, "Hey, I want to talk to you. I don't like how you talk to my wife," or nothing crazy like that. I don't do that type of comedy anyway, though. So I try to. But I've seen it. I've seen people deal with it, and it's not a good look.
Mm. Joe doesn't have a good heckle story because he's the one who's heckling the crowd.
Right. Yeah, Joe just tear him up. Though.
Like this must be interesting for you, Joe, because it's a controversial time, cancel culture. You got to be careful about what you say. Like, are you concerned about? Because Joe's comedy is really controversial. It's super funny, super controversial sometimes. So, I mean, how do you feel?
I'm not worried about it. I'm not really famous enough to be canceled, so it's a non-issue. Yeah, that's the nice thing, I guess, about being unknown.
You
It
can't
might
cancel
pop
the
that.
unknown.
That one though might
Humility
pop.
just
That
keeps
one might
going
pop
out.
up.
The humility keeps
That's really
going
good.
out.
Well, and yeah, so.
So, Donnie, I gotta say, like, one of my favorite jokes, like, of all time is your Pizza Hut joke. Yeah, your Pizza Hut joke. I mean, ever since you started, that's always killed.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you don't use it a lot now, but you use it when you got bigger shows or
Right.
you just feel like bringing it back. I mean, did that really happen to you?
Wait,
right?
wait, tell us the Pizza Hut joke
I mean,
first.
it come from a real place, but
Yeah.
it was some, elaborate. Pizza Hut was across the street. It was right over there, and they didn't deliver to my apartment complex.
Wait, no. Can you, like, my team hasn't heard the joke.
Oh, yeah. So
Okay.
I don't think I've heard it.
So you want me to tell the joke? Okay,
Come on, man.
that's what we doing.
This is
That's
a comedy podcast, man.
Oh, okay.
Tell the Pizza Hut joke.
Dang, I don't know. I feel pressure right now, though. Is this Epstein Island or something? I feel pressure right now, though.
We'll heckle you until you do it.
No, it's basically like I lived in a neighborhood that was a little unsavory. If you ever want to try to find out what a neighborhood is like that you moving into before you move into it, like don't ask the neighbors, they gonna lie. Call like the local pizza delivery place to find out if they deliver to that neighborhood. If they don't, then it's not a cool neighborhood.
That's good.
Simple as that. I didn't know I was living in a bad neighborhood. I tried to order a pizza from Domino's, and they told me they don't deliver to my apartment complex after 4:30. I'm like, 4:30? Like, what? What you mean? He's like, sir, we don't deliver to Copper Cove Apartments after 4:30. I'm like, man, it ain't even dark. Like, what are you talking about? He like, sir, we don't deliver to Copper Cove Apartments after 4:30. I'm like, but you right across the street. You right across the street, though. He mad now, though. He's like, sir, we don't deliver to Copper Cove Apartments after 4:30. I'm like, I can see you, though, Melvin. Like, I can see you, your name tag, you right there, though. And he was like, well, if you can see me, why don't you come get the damn pizza? But I looked outside and I saw a lot of cats out there looking unsavory, like they look hungry too. So I said, nah, I'm cool. I'm not gonna eat no pizza today though. I had a pepperoni and a cookie earlier, so I'm pretty much cool. That's my.
But I can see
Oh
you.
my God. I mean, that's like the original sway. You told it like 8 years ago. I mean,
Oh my
like sometimes you change it up and stuff, but yeah.
Isn't that terrible when they made you do that joke in front of everybody? on the
Right.
spot like that?
How many listeners? How many people you got? I wonder how many stages this joke is gonna be on now though that I've never been on. Like,
No, but it's recorded, so they can't steal it. They can't steal it now.
man, you act like these people don't lick toilets right now. Though. This is the life. This is where we at right now in society. People lick toilets on
of all the-
camera.
Think of all the pizza delivery people you've pissed off.
Look, think of all the pizza deliveries like that. He's right as.
Melvin, I can see you, dude.
Well, Joe, I mean, speaking of doing jokes, Joe, do you still remember the periodic table of elements?
Oh no. No, I used to have a bit where someone could give me a number and I could give them the element, and there was a little wacky joke that went along with it. But that was a long time ago, and I don't remember. So if you ask me, I won't.
You just gonna try to just do it. You just did me and turned me inside out right in front of him. You just gonna try to do him right there though, like that. Okay. he was ready though. No, I'm not falling for that one.
No, that's
I'm
hard
not
to do.
falling for that.
I can't help it. I mean, both of them have been through it with Tickle Me Entertainment, Tickle Me Comedy, through thick and thin, everything. So I mean, just
Right.
I've
seen that. I've been a part of the whole beginning though. I met you. I think I want to say your first night out here, at Anton's thing. And then that's where I met him. And
Lounge.
yeah, you meet a lot of people that you meet them and they fast talk and they, hey man, I'm doing this show. I got this man. I want to put you on the show. And I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. And he was like, man, no, I got this show. We're gonna be at a
barbecue, Joe?
Yeah, at the barbecue at the restaurant. The
Las
what is
Vegas
it?
Grill.
Was it the Las Vegas Grill? Or was it a Philippine restaurant?
Oh, Cafe de Cebu.
I think so. I think that was it though. He was like, "We're gonna do it at the cafe," and I'm like, "The cafe?" I'm like, and I'm just moving to Vegas, so I'm thinking like, man, the cafe? I moved to Vegas for the cafe? Like this? What's going on? Man, that dude put that show together. He had people there. I was like, this dude a hustler though. Like, yeah, he just put together a show.
Thanksgiving show, and like, guess what? You know what? I'm not gonna have a Filipino headline, and I'll have Donnie headline.
Will would tell, Phil would put a show together in the middle of a swimming pool. Like he just don't care though. Like,
we did. There was one show we did on July 4th. Remember, it was a July 4th. Right?
I wasn't there.
No, you were there, bro. So on July 4th.
Hold up. Did you just tell me?
Like a week, like 7, 8 years ago. July 4th, there was a July 4th party we went to. There was a swimming pool. We had to perform in the back of the swimming pool.
Yeah, we did.
And we did there, like, paying us $800.
Damn.
We're like, oh, yeah, we'll take
Damn,
it.
I forgot about that. Damn.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put some shows. I mean, he'd throw some shows together just out of nowhere, and they be good shows. I don't know what.
There's this one high rise called Boca Raton. It's on it's like a luxury high rise thing, and it's on Las Vegas Boulevard all the way at the end. And I don't know, their marketing group or whatever, their events group asked us to do a show, and I don't know how much. Like they pay, like they're like, yeah, here's $500. Do a show for the residents. So they have us on this balcony, on like like 5 floors up on the high rise. We're looking over into like the in-ground pool, and just residents are just there laying out in the sun. It's the middle of the summer. I'm like, yo, Donnie, we got a show over here. Let's go on the balcony and crack some jokes.
I was like, this dude wild, man. This dude is wild. But yeah, go get her though. I would have never thought to do nothing like that at all though. That's way out of my comfort zone.
But it was fun.
It was though. It really was though.
On
I
the
don't.
balcony.
Yeah.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
I asked Joe to perform at a fried chicken place like Max's
Once.
Max's fried chicken.
I've done for you so many Mexican restaurants or whatever
Right.
Filipino nonsense.
You just put together.
Yeah.
He's killing it at the Filipino fried chicken place. I'll tell you right now.
I don't recall specifically which nightmare that one was, but yes, I did.
You sure? Yeah, you sure that happened? Without a doubt.
We did this. We did. Remember the show we did at the Russian place?
Cafe
Oh my
Mayakovsky.
God, that was all these people. Nobody's paying attention to the comedy. They're all eating and talking Russian. It was hilarious. I can feel your pain, Donnie Johnson.
Oh yeah, man. I have a good time though, man. I be at all them shows. I have a real good time, all the time though.
So what's in the what do you got after the pandemic thing's over with, Joe? What do you got? Any plans? Any?
Yeah, I booked a bunch of shows because I know when it's going to be over. I've been keeping it secret. I don't want other people to know, but I know when it's going to be.
Can you give us a hint?
Open. Next year.
Okay.
And no, I got nothing. There's no hope in the future. No one knows. It's
Right.
just the comedy's dead. What is comedy?
Right.
No one does that.
November 4th, it's all over.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think that's what a lot of people think though. I think it's just people think that 2020 is the. It's going to be 2020 is the sequel. Just so we clear, so you don't get your feelings hurt when it turned 12 o'clock on 2021 and still some BS going on. It's still going to be a BS. It's not going to end on December 31st, just so we clear.
I think history's going to write this as 2019, and then the next year is 2021. 2020 is going to be just.
I think 20, just get rid of the whole number, period.
Yeah.
Throw the whole number away. $20 and ain't even change the name
Yeah.
to everything. Nobody turns 20 no more. Ain't none of that. Get 20 out of here. 20 has to go, bro. 20 is definitely is divisive. 20 is not cool.
In 2020, that like doubles.
That's double, yeah, man. You tell me you got 20/20 vision, man, I might punch you though. Like, I think you cussing at me though. You just called me the end.
Yeah, it's going to be quite fun. So you know when it's going to end.
Sure.
Please tell me, hurry.
No, it's never going to end. I think our governor has become consumed by his power, his newfound power, and he refuses to. Yeah, exactly. Why would you ever?
He got his glove.
Like
though. He got
Star
the
Wars,
last
where,
straw.
I don't know if you guys ever paid attention to the politics in Star Wars, but the whole way the Emperor rose to power was by seizing emergency powers and never letting them go. And then we just gave that to our governor and assumed that he would do nothing. Why would a governor in Nevada be corrupt? You know, it's not like there's billions of dollars floating around here that he can control now.
So then who's the Luke Skywalker?
There's no Luke. There's no heroes in real life. Everybody's
They all on the boys. It's, them is the heroes.
Oh, God.
You gotta be your own Luke Skywalker.
Right.
I am your father. Oh, wait. That's a different line. That's good.
So I noticed that like in the comedy world, a lot of people just like are, I don't know, they just let themselves go sometimes, and they just, you know, because we're always on the road, eating bad, drinking a lot. I mean, but I've known you guys 8 years. You guys seem to be always in shape and like taking care of yourselves and stuff like that. I mean,
We're not.
what are you doing?
We're not Kool-Aid. Is that what you're?
We're not Kool-Aid Canadian.
Kool-Aid's a big fat guy. So how are we
mean,
skinny?
Yeah.
Right.
Not eating.
How do you guys just?
Well,
I've
I'm
never seen you
poor.
guys put on weight.
I'm poor and Donnie's black, so I think that
Exactly.
explains it. Like we don't gain weight.
Right. You already know. I don't know. You didn't know these are struggles that we deal with.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna get fat, the two of us.
Right. I'm not. I want to though. I really want to because it's not comfortable out here. It get windy out here though, and I feel myself get moved, and I'm like, I don't want to get in a fight. Right now though, I don't want to get in a fight. I'm getting beat up by the wind.
So I'm always interested in all the comedians that we interview and talk to. What really inspires you? What kind of comedy do you like to do? How do you? I don't even think I want to ask that question. Just what inspires you? What gets you going?
The look on everybody's smiling face.
I have to
I
say
couldn't
though,
say that with a straight face.
your
Look
comedy
of awe.
or confusion,
Yeah,
because
no,
your comedy is very sophisticated. It's very cool.
When I can envision that happy look disappearing, that makes me. No, I don't know. Who knows the answer to that? Donnie, you got some profound thing you can pull out of your nowhere?
Right, exactly. I don't even have no like that. I mean, I do kind of observational comedy, so you know, things come to me, man. I say it in my phone like little quotes or words or something, man. And sometimes they inspire jokes, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And I don't sit down like an hour a day and be like, I'm finna write.
That's
Do
hard to
nothing
do.
like that.
We all try to do that.
I used to do that. I
For about
really
a
used
day.
to do that. No, I used to do that for a while. When I started out, I wrote every thing that I did. Yeah, everything. I wrote it all down, and then I got away from that. But I got more comfortable on the stage too, though.
Yeah.
Instead of now, I conversate. Instead of talking at them, I talk to people, and it's just a conversation now. To where at first it was kind of like me just reading a joke off my head and just I kind of welcome this is how I looked at it when I started. I looked at it like 3 different stages like of confidence as far as being on the stage. When I first started, I wanted to just go up, tell my jokes, and get off the stage. Don't agree with me, don't clap too loud, don't do nothing that's gonna throw me off. Just let me go do what I do. Then it got to a point where I was like, okay, let me do what I do, but if you say something, nah, but let me do what I do. Then it kind of got to, I want you to say something. Not that I really want you to, but I'm comfortable like that now, though. I feel comfortable bouncing back with the audience, whereas it was a point where I wasn't comfortable. And a guy told me, like in the beginning, like he told me how not to deal with hecklers. And he was like, if you're funny, they don't got a chance to heckle you. Or if they try to heckle you and you're funny, the crowd gonna turn on them because whatever. So he was like, just go up there and just be funny. So my whole thing is first 7 seconds when I grab the mic, I'm finna say something funny. Just to let you know this is what I do. I'm a professional up here. Don't play with me. And then it got to where now it's like, I still really don't want you to say nothing, but if you do, I'm ready. Whatever you say, I know how to handle you. I know how to deal with you. I know how to, it's even helped sometimes to where I used to be scared of that interaction. Not so much no more, though.
And that's why you're such a good host.
Right, but it's the hosting that helped me with that, because I couldn't do that. I couldn't go into the crowd. I just had jokes. I was a joke machine, and I couldn't go into the crowd. And I wanted to be that type of comic where I don't want to be a guy out there with just a jump shot. I want to be able to, I want to be able to pass. I want to be able to play defense. So I wanted to be well-rounded, and hosting helped that out. I mean, tremendously, though. I couldn't just go up there and tell jokes. I had to talk to the audience and get comfortable with them. I used to be like, I jumped off a subject, but the guy, Steve Regan, or Regan.
Brian Regan?
His brother.
Okay.
I worked with him, and he was one telling me, yo, if you just be funny, they're not going to heckle you. But then when I saw him up there and somebody said something to him, and he just was like, oh, okay. Like, he didn't attack him. He didn't have to feel like I got to be funnier than you. He just was like, oh, okay. And when I saw that, it just clicked like, okay, I like that. I like how he handled that, though. And he was like, and I was telling him, I was like, you don't be worried that they're going to be funnier than you? He was like, so? Like, what? And?
I'm still going to get paid.
Like, right. Like, really, though. And that, it clicked. It made sense, though. Like, yeah. Like, so what? Like, again, this prospect's still waiting on me.
Prospect.
Yeah.
That's good. Yep.
So I'm going to switch subjects a little. So, Joe, I know you play it down, but, you've been in these competitions. Like, how did you win the roast battle at the LA Comedy Club?
Oh, I was better than everybody. Yeah,
That'll do it.
basically, everyone was terrible. It was surprising and disappointing to see how little effort people put into writing jokes. And it's the most basic element of being a comedian is being able to write a one-liner, and none of them seem to possess that ability, which I think speaks to the state of comedy today. And it's a good thing that it's not around anymore, because it's fucking dead. I'm sorry, I guess we can't say bad words on this
it's
right
okay.
now.
So we edit, whatever. So
Well,
just let it rip.
Let it roll.
That came from the heart, but yeah, that's why it's not that big a loss that it's not around anymore, because no one was doing anything with it to begin with. So.
But so did you research your opponents?
Yeah, I looked at how they looked, and then I made fun of how they looked, and then so if they were fat, I'd do a lot of fat jokes. And the nice thing is, there's a lot of fat people, so I could just interchange the fat jokes. So I knew I'd be going up against at least 2 or 3 fat people, and so if I just had a bunch of fat jokes, I'd be prepared. And then same thing for Jews and other ethnicities.
And Donnie, you're at a comedy festival or comedy competition in Portland, where I think you came in second. Do you feel like you got your win got stolen from you?
I mean, man, I've been in several contests.
I know you've won a bunch, but that one particular in Portland, I heard about.
Yeah, I mean, no, that was those were dope comedy festival. Out there, I did it 3 times. I think I got second 3 times. And it was comics from all over the place. And I mean, it was a good show. It's not like a.
No, the one I'm talking about is, I think, the one that Tabloid won. Is it? Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah. Do you feel like that one was taken away from
I mean,
you?
no, Tab did her thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, but I do my thing.
That's
All the
taboo enough
time.
right now. So you better not be talking shit about it.
Right. But Phil trying to get me in trouble right now. I don't know why you bringing me in y'all personal thing right now. Though. Y'all got some issues that y'all need to tickle out. But I'm just saying though, you got me in some extra. But no, Tab did her thing though. I mean, but I do my thing. I've been in my share of contests. I've gotten cheated out of a lot of contests. I don't think I got cheated in that contest.
Oh, okay.
But I've been cheated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been cheated in a lot of contests. But I've won my fair share. So, I mean, I think I don't really like doing contests because I think they're a little bit too much for the, you know, it's a divisive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
it's kind of
comedians,
divisive,
it is
yeah.
divisive, yeah.
And
Too competitive.
yeah, it turned into something else, man. And you know, it is what it is, though. But
Do you
I mean,
guys like competitions, festivals, or do you guys like doing them?
I don't mind
Would you do them
festivals.
again?
I don't mind festivals, like, you know, just a showcase.
Uh-huh.
But when you throw that element of first, second, and you know that in there, it's kind of because it's again, it's a night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might not be clicking for you that night. Clearly, you might out of those 10, you might be the best.
Yeah.
But if it's not your night, it's not your night.
Right.
Or if it's somebody else's night, that's just what it is, though. No matter, you know, you just ain't.
You did the Downtown Comedy Festival, and Tig Notaro was there. Did you get to meet? I think Tig Notaro was there when you did the Downtown Comedy Festival. I mean, not,
Which one was that?
Downtown or Life is Beautiful?
Oh,
Life
yeah,
is
yeah,
Beautiful,
yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
Did you get to meet any of the other comics? Or
Man, I'm an introvert, bro. I get out of there.
You get in and
yeah,
out?
I just get
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
there, man. I mean, I
That's
do. I
cool.
say my whatevers, but I'm trying to be back at home.
yeah. Would you do it again, Joe, or any of these competitions or festivals?
I'd say I want to say no, but I probably will.
Right,
because,
exactly.
Yeah, because he knows he can win. Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm doing a podcast in a Mexican restaurant drive-through right now, so I'm not saying no to anything.
Right.
Now, so okay, switching gears. Joe, how'd you meet your wife?
How did I meet my wife?
Yeah, I asked this because a lot of comedians are single. A lot of comedians don't want to settle down. A lot of comedians don't want to have kids. You know, so it's like when you're married and you know.
We met online. With how
Okay.
people meet nowadays.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which site?
Craigslist. I was looking for a couch, and I found a wife.
Did she have a couch?
No.
Send pictures of the couch.
Yeah, no, we met online. That's.
Okay. Was she from here too, or?
Yeah, she was living here from Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, real
Cool.
fascinating.
Fascinating.
How do you how do you decide, you know, you're into your comedy, how do you decide to like take a little break and then like get married and settle down for a little while and then do comedy again? Like how do you take that?
Well, my
Stop,
career
yeah.
was on fire, and so when I made the decision to get married, I was like, man, I'm really giving up like the one night a week that they let me host sometimes, and like, well, that's a real loss. But then I weighed that against like, you know, a lifetime of happiness, and I was like, maybe I should go with that instead. And so it wasn't really a difficult choice.
How long have you been
That's
married?
great.
A little over a year.
Nice.
It was a year in April.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Does she laugh at your comedy?
Never. I don't. I think she makes a point to not laugh, and she sits right in the middle where the light is shining in the audience. So I don't see anyone except her
Yeah.
not laughing while I do. And then I get off stage and she'll laugh at whoever else goes up. She's dying laughing. I'm like, really?
I feel your pain. How about at the drive home? Like I had this experience. Don't do that joke again. It's like, but it was a funny. No, it wasn't that funny. Don't do it. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Right?
We had a little bit of that in the beginning, but I think she understood that it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, that she just needed to let me do jokes, and that I knew what was funny and what wasn't. So, but yeah, in the beginning, she there were some jokes she didn't like, but
Do you do wife jokes?
I do some jokes about my wife. Yeah.
I find that it's a lot of fun, but you got to suffer the consequences on the ride home.
I don't do anything
No,
malicious
no.
about it. I want my marriage to work.
Right.
Well, I had been married for 44 years, so there's probably nothing that she could do to me that hadn't already been done. So I felt invincible.
You still married?
No, she passed away.
Oh, damn.
Jesus, way to bring this show.
I had nothing to do with it. but anyway, so yeah, but on the ride home, it would be, please don't do that again. What? Really, it's a good joke. No, it's not. It's not good.
Well, and you kept doing those jokes. Now look,
I know, right?
She died.
Oops. Oops.
Some comics get pissed when their partner or their girlfriend or their wife or whatever say, hey, that wasn't a funny joke, or don't do that joke. You're like, are you serious? I'm the comedian. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. would feel that same way, and then I would voice my opinion, and then I would just do the jokes anyway. But sometimes she was right. There were a lot of jokes in my act that I just needed to outgrow anyway, and had she not brought it up to me, I probably would still be doing them, and I got better stuff now. So.
By contrast, I don't know if she's just patronizing me or not, but my girlfriend laughs at everything I do. And I don't know if
Yeah,
it's...
she saw you killed the last one.
Yeah, duh. What happened to my predecessor?
Carol Baskin looking at
Yeah,
Guys, just a hint of Joe's comedy.
yeah. Yeah, what happened to her?
Joe, how'd you get into comedy?
I took a workshop when I was younger and did that
Yeah, in Texas?
in Colorado.
In Colorado. Okay. And you're like, I could do this.
Yeah. Yeah. All you got to do is show up and pay $5 every week, and then you can do it. So.
Yeah.
Turns out comedy's not that hard to get into.
How about you, Donnie? How'd you get into it?
just one day I said I can do that. Like I had been saying I could do it forever, but I played sports in high school and college, and I was pretty nice. So comedy wasn't really my thing, but I would make people laugh. Not even trying to make people laugh. And
Wait,
one of my
what sport did
teammates.
you play in college?
I played basketball and track.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And one of my teammates, like I used to always have, he was my roommate. I used to always have him laughing, just clowning around. He was like, man, you should do comedy. And I'm like, man, I play hoop. Like, you know, you're being disrespectful to my game. What are you talking about? He was like, nah, man, you should try comedy. And I'm like, man, I ain't thinking about that. But I always liked comedy. I would watch comics and finish their jokes and say they should have made this face or whatever. But one day, I was sitting there watching TV, watching comics, and I said, I'm funnier than him. Like that guy right there, I'm funnier than him. And immediately, I've said it 1,000 times, but immediately, I felt it. I was on my way to the gym to go play hoop. This is when I'm done playing hoop. I'm grown. And when I said that day, I got on the bus that I was going to take to go play ball. I got on the bus, took it down to the library, just started reading books, man. Reading like how to write comedy, how to do it. I knew it wasn't just get up there, talk shit, and whatever. I knew, and I started reading all kind of books, man. I was reading books like things that make people laugh. Like what is it? What is it? What does laughter touch? What is something touch to make you draw this emotion out? Just different type of stuff. And I wrote for a couple years, man, before I got on the stage. And man, I got on the stage, and again, when I got on there for the first 3 months, man, I was killing stages. I never had a bad set. I've been writing for 2 years, so I kept new every week. I was just doing new stuff, and I've said this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I've put both Donnie and Joe up in shows where, like, I don't even tell them how long they're going to be on there, and like, I tell them like last minute, oh yeah, you're going up 45 minutes. Oh, you're going up an hour. And for those of you who don't know, it's not, that's not the easiest thing to continuously make people laugh for 45 minutes and an hour at a time. And so, Joe, when I put you in that situation, I'm like, oh yeah, you're just doing 45 minutes today.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are you thinking? Are you thinking, I got 2 hours of material, I'm fine, or?
I'm thinking, how am I going to entertain these 2 people for 45 minutes?
Right.
That's not a joke. I did a show one time for you, for 2 people, and I did 40 minutes or whatever. And I was like, they don't want this. I don't want this. Why are we making this? But so it's not. Yeah, the time doesn't matter as much as the number of people that I have to do the jokes for.
Right.
Were they engaged?
I don't know. It was a couple. It was like a dude and his gal, and they were.
Right.
You remember that?
He probably was thinking that the guy was like, man, I came here for this, man.
I think they were hoping the show would get canceled or something. Like, we don't want to pretend to laugh at somebody for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Dudes would do anything in the beginning, though. Dudes would do anything, though.
There was a time where at the M Resort, when we had our show there, they required us to do comedy for 2 hours there. And so usually in Vegas, they have short attention spans. They want to be there 65, 75 minutes. That's it, right? And so they'd like the show for an hour, but then you'd have to get a really good comedian to keep them in their seats for that second hour at the M Resort. And so there was a couple of weeks where, like 2 weeks in a row, where I didn't get a strong enough headliner, and people were like, "Oh man, what's going on to this comedy show here at the M?" Right? So I brought in Donnie the third week, and then just like praying to God, I'm like, let's see if Donnie can do it. And Donnie, you came in.
I slaughtered it.
Yeah, you came in.
Yeah, I slaughtered it.
For like it was 2.5 hours. Like what? I mean, what was happening
show.
that night?
When?
That night at the M Resort when you did like 2.5 hours.
Like what? As far I mean, it was a good show. Like, you know, it was that feeling. Like probably I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan get when he just can't miss. Everything I was saying was just hitting. So it don't even feel when it's like that. It don't even feel like that long. I don't think I was up there for 2 hours. Though,
No, you were up
but
there.
I was up there
hour and a half,
I was up there for a while. And you know, when it's hitting like that, if it's not going cool, that's like 3 days up there though.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different.
Joe, did you decide that you wanted to be controversial one day, or were your jokes always like this, or like what happened?
The people around me are weak, and so my jokes are tame, but people can't handle them, and so I'm labeled as whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know I was controversial till I showed up today. It's controversial. Part of the cancel culture and everything.
Oh, I was labeling you. Sorry, Joe. I've been labeling Joe the whole night.
Yeah, no, people. I get that all the time too. And club owners was, try and tell me to like water it down or something. I'm like, if people laugh, it doesn't matter. You know? It's not
Club
controversial.
club owners have actually told you.
Yeah. To
water it down.
But in all fairness, they did have like a fundraiser of like a group of Jews or something. Like, could you not do your Jew jokes?
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, so there's a particular.
I'm like, these people would love these jokes.
Yeah, let me try them. They'll like them, I promise. Yeah, right?
Right.
That's good.
Yeah. So, I think we're at the end of the podcast. And
Wait, I get to do my thing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Well, it's my role to bring it into our comedy podcast. So, Isaac, let me turn it over to you to thank our guests.
Yeah. Donnie, Joe, thanks for coming out.
Right on.
Thanks for having us.
And dealing with my messed up questions. And, I appreciate always working with you guys. And, folks, episode 21 of Tickle Me Comedy Club podcast.
It's been a great evening. Lots of laughs. I enjoy working with both of these guys. Donnie Johnson is a great host. If you ever get to a show where Donnie's the host, you'll have a great time. And Joe, when you hear his comedy, you'll go, "That's incredible," in a word. So with that, thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, and good night, everybody. Thanks.
Right.